Hello, dear friend. You're watching your weekly horoscope for Valentine's week. It's an interesting week, and love is an important theme. Usually, around this time, we are kind of thinking about our relationships. Hopefully, we have something to appreciate. I just want to remind you that love always starts within ourselves. So, whether you are in a relationship or not, the most important relationship is with yourself. So, please celebrate this one. Also, we are preparing for a new course, which will be focused on relationship astrology and synastry. So, this is what we will explore in this training. What is love? How different people understand it, what affects also our relationships in the horoscope when it comes to connections with family members, how do people affect each other, their synastry, their compatibility. So it will be a whole journey within a couple of months. It's an advanced level, very in-depth training. So check the links below if you want to join us and learn more about love and relationships and astrology as a guiding map. So, what happens during this week? First of all, on Valentine's Day, on Monday, Mercury is moving into a new sign. And when I say new sign, this time it's a little different because actually recently Mercury was in this sign, in the sign of Aquarius. But because we had Mercury retrograde, Mercury went back to Capricorn, and now it's again about to ingress Aquarius. So we are still in this zone of where Mercury was retrograde a couple of weeks ago. So it's a nice time to look at things from a new perspective. Hopefully with Mercury direct now, we can find some solutions or things can be kind of clearer for us. So this is a nice time really to fix something once and for all and move on after that. Mercury moving to Aquarius is also a very comfortable sign position for Mercury. Mercury feels very well there. So overall, when it comes to communication, socializing, especially when it comes to group activities, this is a great position for the next couple of weeks. If you also need some inspiration or interesting ideas, or you want to have this ability to look from things from above, like to see the whole picture, or kind of like to see the future that you are pursuing, this can really help. So Mercury in Aquarius can kind of like trigger the mind in a positive way, in a creative, exciting way. New ideas may show up. Again, for communicating with others, this is also a pretty nice position. And again, this will affect us for the next couple of weeks. The moon will be in Leo on Monday, which is a nice time to think about our own desires, to think about passion, and to think about what makes you feel alive, what makes you feel joyful and fulfilled and creative and inspired. And yes, it's Valentine's Day, but again, think about the relationship with yourself. So appreciate it, do a nice gesture for yourself. This is a great thing you can do, both for you and for your relationship with other people as well. Then on Tuesday, we have a nice aspect between the Sun and Pluto. Minor harmonious aspect which can help us to feel more empowered, more confident, more passionate, more committed and dedicated. And the mixture of signs here is very interesting. So the Sun is still in Aquarius, Pluto is in Capricorn. And those two signs are, of course, very different. But when we combine them in a creative, constructive way, we can achieve miracles. Capricorn can bring the stability and also the ability to organize things well, to be grounded, practical, concentrated. On the other side, the Aquarius energy can allow us to look things or to think about things out of the box, to be inspired, to transform whatever needs to be transformed, to make a positive change for good. So the combination can be very productive, constructive, I would say even creative. And the moon is still in Leo on Tuesday, so focus on self-expression, on doing something that is important for you, on experiencing joy and passion again. And yeah, just connecting with your own desires. On Wednesday, we have something very intense as a combination. First of all, there is a full moon. The full moon will trigger the signs of Leo and Aquarius. So this is the axis which kind of like makes or brings two polarities, the individual and the group. And of course, there are many other levels on which this connection works. Also, it's about the heart and the mind. It's about passion and also inspiration. So each full moon brings some kind of intensity and kind of like a peak state of something, of some kind of process. So it's a great time to materialize our ideas when it comes to something creative, something we love, something which inspires us, to bring some kind of balance in our communication with other people as well. And also to let go of things that we no longer need in our lives. So it's, as usual, time to let go. However, there is also something else which makes this full moon even more interesting and intense. And this is the conjunction between Venus and Mars in Capricorn. Rare, interesting, again, very passionate combination. Mars and Venus, women and men, or the desire and the action that comes to accomplish this. So this combination triggers our emotions a lot. Relationships can be very important. And here the question is also, what do you really want? And are you taking action in this direction? On the other side, also an interesting moment here is the sign in which we have this conjunction, which is Capricorn. And Capricorn is famous for the practicality and objective perspective, and also kind of like grounded energy. So with this conjunction, we don't expect like sparkles and passion, like, all over us, and like drowning in those type of sentimental emotions. This will hardly happen, but what may happen is to have a very stable perspective about our emotional states, and to be able also to connect with the body. This is really important, to be able to feel and recognize the needs of the body, because the body has so many messages for us. There's something not okay energetically, emotionally, physically, psychologically, you name it. Eventually, it will affect the body. And by paying attention to our body, we can understand, is everything okay? Do we need to heal something or work on something? So I think that this conjunction of Venus and Mars in Capricorn really invites us to pay more attention to the body and the signals of the body, to our intuition and basically what we really need right now. It's not that much about intuition, it's more about being grounded and connected to the body. So that's just an interesting perspective on Wednesday. On Thursday, we have a pretty rare, special type of connection. Jupiter with Uranus. They have a sextile with each other. And those are two slow planets. So any aspect between them is very rare and very special. And Jupiter and Uranus are also, can be at least, friends with each other because they both have the perspective on the future and kind of like the desire to look from above, to kind of like see through things. So this positive aspect between Jupiter and Uranus can help us to look towards the future in a new way. Maybe change something about our goals, about our beliefs, about our visions, and also to reconnect to our inspiration. Both of those can be very inspirational. Uranus is in Taurus now, and Jupiter is in Pisces. So Jupiter is very strong, very beneficial, very rewarding for us. And it can really bring up this Pisces, soft, gentle, spiritual, creative energy. On the other side, Uranus is in Taurus, which can help us to kind of like get this energy and like make it more grounded. In some yoga practices, spiritual practices, this is really an exercise to move chi through the chakras, and eventually we do this, like get the energy lower to make it more grounded. I think that's a beautiful metaphor of what we can do with this aspect, specifically because Uranus is in Taurus. So we really need to work with this energy on a more practical, material level. So with other words, look what inspires you, what motivates you, what kind of goals you want to achieve, and try to do something with this in reality, something concrete. You might be surprised of the positive influence it may have eventually on you. So a truly inspirational, fantastic aspect for us on Thursday. On Thursday, there are also a couple other aspects. So Venus and Mars, which are together in Capricorn, have a semi-sextile, so another harmonious aspect with Saturn. This is also very stabilizing energy for our emotions, for our states when it comes to desires, when it comes to actions we take related to those desires. So it's a very productive, practical combination. Could be balancing for our emotions, but also could be nice for very practical things like business and financial decisions and those types of things. One more thing also on Thursday is that the Sun is having a creative aspect with Uranus. There is a quintile. So it's time for some kind of positive change. And it's time for something new and different and like fresh to come our way. So Thursday is especially interesting, uplifting, exciting. And yet the moon will be in Virgo. So with all of this spacey, kind of like extraordinary creative energy, we have a very practical moon, which means that we shouldn't like be only in the clouds. We need to do something here and now and be critical whenever we need to, be focused on improvement and noticing the details. So whenever the moon is in Virgo, we should pay attention to the details. So this would be our assignment for Thursday. On Friday, The sun is moving into a new sign, the sign of Pisces, where the sun will be for the next 1 month. And overall, this will change the atmosphere, the background energy, bringing us more creativity, more softness, ability to relax more, to take it easy, to go with the flow. And it depends on us how we are going to use this energy. Some people may get too passive, like overly relaxed and like avoiding reality. That's part of the energy, but hopefully we will also find creative ways to use this relaxing and yet fulfilling energy. The Pisces energy will be quite accentuated for the next 1 month, of course. Jupiter is there, Neptune is there, the sun is moving there. In a few weeks we will have a new moon there. So the Pisces energy was kind of like building up for the next 1 month. So it's interesting and also unknown and potentially nurturing for the soul. On Friday, specifically, the moon is still in Virgo. So with all of this inspirational, creative energy, again, we need to bring at least some of our focus into practical things, into the details, into what is next for us. So this can help with productivity on Friday. On Saturday and Sunday, we don't have exact aspects, so except for the aspects of the moon, of course. So overall, the energy remains like this. We have the Pisces energy building up, we have the Jupiter-Uranus energy. So this is kind of like continuing for us. However, the moon will be in Libra on Saturday and Sunday. So relationships can be quite important. Also finding the balance, finding harmony, doing something pleasant, something that makes you feel nice. Whether this would be a relaxing day or going on a date or doing something for your beauty. It's up to you. But try to focus on this balancing, harmonious energy. On Saturday specifically, the moon will have a trine with Mercury. Mercury will be in Aquarius. So this is a great time for communication, for connection, for some kind of ideas, for sharing with others. So it can be quite pleasant. And on Sunday, it's kind of similar, even though not the same. The moon is still in Libra, but there will be a square with Venus and Mars, which are in Capricorn. So we might be a little bit more sensitive, or we might want something more, or like have some kind of frustration that is motivating us to take some action. However, there is another aspect, which is with Saturn. There is a trine between the moon and Saturn, which can help us to also be practical and concrete and precise. So Saturn can really help with those frustrations or desires which are in some way unfulfilled. But anyway, the important thing is that the weekend is overall harmonious, and overall we can enjoy it. How much, of course, always depending on us. So this is our weekly overview. Again, I want to wish you happy Valentine's Day. May your life be filled with love and beauty and appreciation for whatever you have in your life. Definitely for yourself. This is number one. And if you want to join us for our relationship astrology and synastry course, you can check the link below and learn more. Happy Valentine's Day, and I will see you next time.